Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Shukesh once again. Today let's do a quick speed test in between these two awesome OnePlus devices. On my left I have the current flagship of OnePlus 6, which comes with Snapdragon 845 processor and Adreno 630 GPU. The current Android version is 8.1.0 and the device on my right hand is of course the outgoing model of OnePlus 5T. Now before I start the speed test, let me tell you OnePlus 5T has been upgraded to Android 8.1.0 and the security patch level is also May 1st, 2018. But the Android OS version is 5.1.2 on the 5T and 5.1.5 on the OnePlus 6. Now let's see after the upgrade how close are OnePlus 5T and OnePlus 6. I mean 5T is already a very fast device. Is there any upgrade on the OnePlus 6 in terms of performance? It's worth mentioning both devices here are 6GB RAM variants. I have disabled all the add-on features to make the test fair, so without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing I will do is a reboot test, that is, I will restart the devices and check the boot time. Well, interestingly, OnePlus 5T is ready before OnePlus 6, so definitely in the boot test, OnePlus 5T is the winner. Now let's launch the system apps one by one. The dialer definitely opened faster on OnePlus 6. There we have the messaging application and maybe OnePlus 6 was momentarily faster once again. Next we have the Chrome browser. It's loading our website and once again maybe OnePlus 6 was slightly faster. There is the gallery and definitely OnePlus 6 is the winner once again. Next, let's try the camera and no need to say OnePlus 6 is the winner. OnePlus 5T is not even close, so OnePlus did a fantastic job on the OnePlus 6. It's more optimized, though on the YouTube application 5T was quicker. There we have the Play Store. I think it's a draw. Next we have some third-party apps. Let's start with the Photoshop apps. The first one is Photoshop Express and no need to say OnePlus 6 is the sure winner. Next one is Photoshop Lightroom and definitely once again OnePlus 6 beats OnePlus 5T. So beyond doubt OnePlus 6 is much faster than OnePlus 5T. I mean it's really very impressive, though on this Photoshop mix OnePlus 5T was momentarily faster. There we have Photoshop Sketch and once again OnePlus 6 is quicker. Next we have Photoshop Fix and once again OnePlus 6 is faster. There we have the Flipkart application and OnePlus 6 is just unstoppable. I mean I don't think there is any other Android device that is as fast as this new flagship of OnePlus. I mean I did a speed test versus S9 Plus and OnePlus 6 beats S9 Plus black and blue, though in the RAM management OnePlus 6 was not as impressive. Before I talk about the RAM management, let's try the games, which is the most crucial part. This is Subway Surfers. Let's see what happens. Definitely OnePlus 6 beats OnePlus 5T without any doubt. I don't think 5T will be able to put up a good fight against the new model, but still let's try the games one by one. There you go, once again OnePlus 6 is quicker. Let me tell you, OnePlus 5T is also not bad, not slow at all, but OnePlus 6 is just too fast. This time as well OnePlus 6 wins, but OnePlus 5T was neck to neck. The next game we have here is 6 Guns. Once again OnePlus 6 is faster, but OnePlus 5T was very close. The next game we have here is Brothers in Arms 3. As usual OnePlus 6 wins. Next is Asphalt 8. OnePlus 6 wins once again, so kudos to OnePlus for making such an amazing smartphone. The last game I wanna check is Dead Trigger 2. So in this speed test, definitely OnePlus 6 wins big time. OnePlus 5T was not even close. When OnePlus 5T came out, it was one of the fastest. Now OnePlus 6 beats its predecessor. So if you want a really snappy Android smartphone, definitely OnePlus 6 should be your first choice. Now let's talk about the RAM management. Let me remind you, I have the 6GB RAM variant of OnePlus 5T and OnePlus 6. Let's start with the Chrome browser, and as you can see guys, OnePlus 6 reloaded the web page, whereas the page was already there on the OnePlus 5T. So despite having the same amount of RAM, the RAM management of 5T and 6 are not same. I was somewhat surprised when I did the RAM management comparison versus S9 Plus. I mean, S9 Plus with the same amount of RAM offers better RAM management. Maybe the 8GB RAM variant offers better RAM management. This time YouTube application reloaded on OnePlus 5T. So despite having 6GB of RAM, maybe somehow OnePlus restricts the RAM usage. If you want better RAM management as good as S9 Plus, you can go for 8GB RAM variant of OnePlus. Photoshop Mix also reloaded on both phones. Let's try Amazon Shopping. None of the devices have it in the RAM. So if you want better multitasking, you can go for the 8GB RAM variant of OnePlus 6. Subway Surfers is also reloading on OnePlus 6, as you can see. But of course, you will never run this many applications in the background. 6GB RAM is more than enough, but it's worth noticing the RAM management is not as good as other smartphones having the same amount of RAM. Next, let's try Brothers in Arms 3, and you have the game in the RAM of both OnePlus devices here. Dead Trigger 2 is the last application I opened, and it's still in the memory. So overall, in the speed department, OnePlus 6 is just too fast. It's outstanding. It brings out the true power of Android Oreo. The outgoing 5T is also fast enough. Still, it can beat a lot of Android devices, but it loses to the latest update of OnePlus. So there is no shame in that. In the RAM department, don't just look at the size of the RAM but also the RAM management. That's all in this very quick speed test. I hope that it was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch for more interesting videos. This is Shukesh signing off. Have a nice day.